Chikhai Bardo. I don't know, it looks like two guys fighting.
No, it's the same guy fighting himself, defeating his own psyche. Ego death.
Episode 7. It's a really complicated episode because we're learning a lot. We're seeing Mark and Gemma's relationship, which we've been talking about for a long time, and now we get to understand what their relationship actually was.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Gemma.
We really got to go back and create this past for Mark and Gemma, and you can see the magic of Gemma and why she immediately took over his life and his heart. Our cinematographer, Jessica Lagagne, directed that episode, and it looks unlike anything else on the show, and sort of this idyllic time in this beautiful world it just created.
It's a tricky episode because it talks about 5 years of these characters' lives that we don't really get to see, and how do you tell that in 15 to 20 minutes, which is what we have on screen, to tell their whole entire story. But I think there's just enough for people to understand and feel what they need to feel there.
And I think what Jessica did is pretty special in terms of figuring out how to tell some of this backstory.
I love you. I said.
Oh, no, I love you too, and I'm sorry.
So it was fun to experiment a little bit and to let the story dictate visually how we were telling it.
It really, truly wasn't that bad.
For you, that's because you can scale walls like a gecko.
The brief scene where we see them with Devin and Rickon, that environment is all about warmth and openness, which is the exact opposite of what we get at Lumon.
That was really special for me because even with the first season scripts, the idea was the four of them had been quite close before all of this happened. And to be able to sort of reverse engineer that this season and go back and take a look at what those relationships looked like was really special.
It was so nice to visit that more buoyant time and that side of all those characters.
Oh my God.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, Rickon, what is wrong with you?
Hey, I belayed my first kulwa in middle school, so
What?
It was cool to see outie Mark get to be happy because up until this point, his outie self represented his grief. And so seeing that version of his outie self in retrospect is bittersweet.
Hello, Gemma.
Dr. Maurer?
We're seeing Gemma on this testing floor that we've never been to, and that they are doing these severance tests on her that we don't quite understand. Dichen did great work having to really explore Gemma. It's the first time we really see her other than a picture.
Dichen just had to create this character out of whole cloth, that someone we had never met before, but is really the impetus for what ends up being the show. So it's a real challenge to come up with something like that, and I think she did an incredible job.
Gemma, where did you go?
She's been really fun to work with because we've been able to do different things in each room and kind of tackle different parts of her personality. It was like, okay, well, who's Gemma? And we're discovering that with her backwards. So the interesting thing is like getting to peel those layers off with her.
When he's done, you're gonna have to say goodbye to her.
I'm aware.
We really get to see the inner workings of Lumon, and you start to gather that this severance thing is far more important than just productivity at work.
We're gonna find that what is going on the severed floor in some way contributes to what's going on down below. But we still don't know why. We still don't know the seed of that mystery.
Are the severance barriers holding?
Yes, the technology is working.